Okay. Well, welcome to the Junior Olympic Shooting Championships for Women's Air Rifle in 2014. What you're watching today is the ladies' air rifle final. The top 8 ladies from 2 days of qualification scores are now lined up in random order, and they're going to shoot the final. The final consists of a sighting period, which you're watching right now. When you see triangles in the upper right corner, the yellow triangle of each bullseye, that's indicating that they are in their sighting or practice shots. The sighting period is just ended, and right now the range personnel are changing the range over to the record fire portion of the final. The ladies will shoot 3 shots at a time, and they'll do that twice. After that, they'll start going into the elimination series. So the first part here will have 50 seconds a shot available for 3 shots. So they'll have 150 seconds to shoot 3 shots. At that point, their score will rank them, and we'll see who's leading and who's on the bubble towards eliminations. And I'm sitting here today. This is Dave Johnson. I'm sitting here with Rhea Kempley, and we're going to comment for your finals today, explain a little bit. They're right now with the introduction of athletes. I'll let Rhea go through the ladies shooting today.
Okay, so today we have our first place qualifier, Haley Broughton. Second place is Abby Votava. In third, Allison Wise. Fourth, Minden Miles. And fifth, Catherine Papasadora. Sixth is Laura Lee Stanfield. In seventh place, Dakota Fott. And eighth is Elizabeth Marsh. And remember, it doesn't matter what they qualified with, what their scores were, they're all starting from 0 now. So they're all starting from the same point, and the final determines their placing today in the final.
In the final. We use that final basically in combination with their qualification scores of 2 days. Basically, how they finish today in this final, the first place finisher will get 8 points, then second will get 7, so on down to the 8th place finisher will get 1. And those points are added to their qualification score to determine the Junior Olympic champion. We do this because in the new format of finals with the International Federation, starting from 0 is a real challenge when we want to have a multiple day match. And so we looked at a way to consider the qualification scores and the level of the athletes for 2 days, plus how they do in the final. So both are important. And there's going to be a pretty good fight today for these points, I think.
Yeah, we definitely saw some good scores today and yesterday.
Some world class, I think.
Yeah, juniors shooting that's pretty impressive.
So, and if you're new to the sport, looking at the bullseyes here, that dot in the middle is actually smaller than the period on a typewriter in a 10-point type. And that is the actual 10 ring. If they touch that dot, they get a 10.0. If it eats a little bit of the dot, if the pellet goes deeper, it goes 10.1 to 10.2 to 10.3, all the way up to 10.9 if the shot is in the exact middle of the target. And so what you'll see here is when they start shooting their series of 3, that's how the computer will score it. And then literally they get rewarded higher the closer they are to the middle. Now, Ray has shot in some finals. And what do you think these young ladies are thinking about right now? I mean, the crowd's cheering. They're getting introduced in front of their parents and coaches. And
they know that their parents can see their shots. It's being streamed live. Maybe grandma's watching. Yeah, it's
so no nerves.
No.
nerves.
I'm sure their heart rates are 50 or 60. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be very nerve-wracking, but it's still the exact same thing that they were doing earlier today. Just they got to try to remember the same procedure, same way that they got to the final. That's what I tried to do.
Yeah, well, that's a really good point because sometimes the best way to handle nerves is just go back to what you automatically have already done. Nothing new needed, and it's a challenge. I think as you watch the ladies today shoot, we'll probably see some that master that, and then some that are new in this final are probably going to learn a lot.
Yeah.
But that's good. I mean, that's how you learn. Is sometimes being under that pressure right away.
Yeah. Well, the hard thing for me was nerves, heartbeat, and then my hold. wow, that looks a lot different than it did earlier today. But you still got to just, you can shoot tens, pull the trigger smoothly.
That's right. That's right. So right now they're finishing up the introductions out on the range. And we'll see the range officer start the first series of 3 shots here momentarily. By the way, we have about 300 people watching here on the Olympic Training Center range. Pretty neat with all our new system going. We had a substantial upgrade to the ranges last fall, and we've been working hard with volunteers and staff and everyone over the last few months to get the range going and working great.
Yeah, it looks very classy in there. Mm-hmm.
The screen will change as we go. You'll notice that as they shoot a shot, the athletes may move around on the ranking, and that's just the computer taking their latest shot and kind of moving with the shot. What counts is right now they just started the 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and what counts is after 3 shots, when this term expires, then the athlete's ranking after 3 shots is what we'll call. And they'll do that, and then they'll go on to the next series of 3 shots. So right now we've got some 10s appearing. Got Miss Broughton with a 10-1 and 10-0, and pretty good illustration of what we were talking about earlier with how these things score. If you look over at Miss Stansfield, she's got a 2.0, and her pellet just barely touched the 10 ring, but it is a 10. And then Miss Broughton's just a little deeper. She's got a 10-1. And we've got an excellent shot from Miss Marsh with a 10-7 and Miss Minden Miles with a 10-6.
That's a good way to start. That definitely gives you a little confidence too. Like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah, gives you lets that blood pressure come down just a little bit.
A little, yeah.
So, wow.
Wow, a 10.9, Miss Marsh.
Yeah,
boy, she's on.
Yeah, that's an excellent shot.
Wow.
The 10-9 is the highest you can shoot. That's an excellent shot. So right now, a lot of the ladies have 2 shots downrange. They've still got about 1:15 to shoot another shot.
Looks like Dakota had a little trouble in her first shot.
A little trouble on that one.
Yeah, nerves can do strange things to your trigger finger, it's for sure.
Sometimes it has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're seeing a couple of ladies have 3 shots downrange. There's still 50 seconds to go. Doesn't sound like much, but that's enough time to shoot a good shot, isn't it?
It is, but you can't diddle around, and there's not a whole lot of time to start over if you need to either, depending what your speed you're used to shooting.
Sure. With 3 shots downrange here, I tell you, Miss Miles and Miss Marsh are on a world-class pace.
Yeah, look at those. That's
excellent
very,
shooting.
very impressive. Wow.
A world-class pace, that's what you'll see at a World Cup level, is that 31.8, 32.0 level is considered a strong pace towards the medals in a final. So we've got our first series of 3 shots downrange. Right now the range officer is announcing, and our leader is Miss Marsh. She's got 2/10 on Miss Miles, followed by Stansfield. Pardon me, Miss Stansfield. Now we're going to shoot another series of 3 here before we get to start doing our elimination series.
That's right. Boy, good starts though. That's amazing.
And as they go, their scores are cumulative. They'll keep adding up in that total column. Your difference is on the right, just how far back they are from the next person. And you've just seen the range officer change over to record fire again. And they still have their totals they just shot, but we'll see 3 new shots now with the timer just started.
Not much separating the first 6. I mean, that's probably going to jump around a bit.
Less than a point.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, you'll see them jump around in the ranking as the shots are fired, because the computer just takes the most recent shot and ranks them.
10.9.
Yeah, Miss White.
10.8. Well, we got some good shots here.
And a lot of times you'll see that in finals where that first series is often a little anxious. And then when the other competitors hear the good shots, sometimes that'll relax them a bit. because they start thinking, okay, all right, that's we're out here shooting. It's not, we can relax, take a breath, and just go back to work.
Yeah. Just getting the first 3 over with, I'm sure, is just a relief.
Sure.
Yeah.
And a little slow start for Miss Marsh there. She had a 10-7, or pardon me, a 9-7, but then followed it up with a 10-5.
Yeah.
And then Miss Weiss and Miss Vodova both had deep 10s, 10-8, 10-9, but then followed up with 9s. So maybe my comment of calming down wasn't quite
Maybe not.
wasn't quite all there.
Oh.
But still going. So got a minute left, and all the ladies have 1 shot to go in this series. Miss Marsh back with another deep 10, 10-7.
Yeah, good job. That's still a pretty decent trio there.
Oh, sure.
For a final. So. She's a J2, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah.
Actually, just barely out of the J3 category.
Wow.
So she's doing very well. Very well.
Boy, I wish I was at that level when I was that age.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these ladies are shooting really good.
Yeah.
Here. We've had quite a scoreboard the last 2 days in the qualifications. Okay, so with that series downrange, we got all of them have fired 3 shots, and Miss Marsh had a 30.9. She's still on the leaderboard. She's 0.8 ahead of Miss Miles, who's now 0.5 ahead of Miss Weiss, who moved up.
She also shot the highest 3 shots of that series. Or...
Oh yeah, 31.4.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And on the bubble is Miss Fott. Right now she's 2.4 back from 7th place. So she's got a fight ahead of her here, these next 2 shots, to stay in the game and stay in the final today.
Yeah, it's a lot to make up in their rifle. We'll see.
Looks like they've had a slight delay on the range. Could be a tech delay, waiting until they shoot their next shot. We're just pausing here. And there they go. They get 50 seconds to shoot this shot. And then you'll see the screen highlight the shooter that's in 8th place, or what we'd say is on the bubble. They'll have 1 more shot to try to stay in. We've got our shots going down range, and Miss Broughton with a 9.9. Again, that's just almost a 10. It's just barely off the 10 ring. And wow, Miss Vodova with a 10.7. Nice way to stay in there. And Miss Marsh too, 10.5.
Yeah. And Miles are both still shooting well. There's now Dakota, 9.7. Yeah.
So she's on the bubble. She's got 1 more shot. She's 2.6 back today, so it's pretty tough to catch that in 1 shot, but we'll see what she does here in the next shot. You'll see the timer come on again at 50 seconds. And in this final, we'll continue in this format until we get to the gold medalist. We'll have 2 shots, shot 1 at a time, and after each of these 2-shot series, there'll be a elimination to the 8th and 7th and 6th, etc. placements. And here we go for our shot in this first elimination to determine 8th place. Got some good shots appearing. Miss Broughton she's fighting hard. Nice 10-8 there.
Nicely done.
Miss Weiss back with a 10-2 after that low 9. Miss Marsh struggled a bit on that one, a 9-5, but she's still going to be up on that board, and all the shots are downrange now, and it looks like Miss Fott will be our 8th place finisher today.
Yeah, looks like she was struggling today, but
Yeah.
8th place, nationals.
That's true.
It's not bad.
You're at the Junior Olympics here, and
Right.
with 100 other ladies that had to qualify to get here, and so for all our folks sitting at home, that's a very good finish.
Mm-hmm.
And especially a lot of these folks are very young, and that's their first final, say on the big open or the big national stage, and it can be one of those learning experiences, but it's all good. At the end of the day, you learn a lot here.
That's right.
And so now we're going to shoot 2 more shots, and on the bubble is Miss Papasadora. She's 2.7 back of Miss Broughton, so she's got 2.7 to make up here, and leading the board is still Miss Marsh. She's got 7/10 on Miss Miles, who is 2/10 on Stanfield, who's just 1/10 on Vodova. So very close.
Lots of cheering going on in the range right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some good shots. We had a 10-8 from Miss White, so that's going to pull her back up. And Miss Marston 9-9. She opened that door a bit on that shot, didn't she?
Yep, it's tightening up there. And Minden Miles is 10-4. Yeah, 2/10 now.
Yeah. And
It's gonna
so
be
on the bubble, still Papasadora. She closed the gap a bit. She picked up 4/10 there, but she's 2.3 behind Broughton with 1 shot to go to the 7th place finish.
yeah. That's gonna be tough, but
Now on your screen, you'll see the big letter X, or the big X there by Miss Fott. That's just so the crowd knows what place and that athlete is finished in. You'll see a little dark circle with a letter or number 8 in it. She is our 8th place finisher. And as we go, you'll see additional X's. So we're well into our second shot. A lot of ladies have fired, and Miss Weiss struggled on that one, a 7.8.
ooh.
She's going to open that door. Let's see where.
Boy.
Okay, with 2 shots downrange for everyone. Boy, with a shot like that, it was close. That's Miss Papasadora, finished with a good 10-3.
Yeah,
and
good
she
effort.
almost caught her. So
Yep.
she's going to be our 7th place finisher today.
Yeah, boy.
And up at the top of the board, they're staying close.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting.
So we're going to have another series of 2 shots, one at a time, and we'll get to the 6th place finisher next. Miss Weiss is on that bubble. She's 1.4 back of Miss Broughton, so she's got 2 shots to try to beat up on Broughton enough to stay in.
Well, as we've just seen, wild shots can happen, so
When I shot those, I'd always figure that was wind, even if it was indoors.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there's a ventilation system.
there is a
in there.
ventilation system. So, all right. Well, Miss Broughton must have heard my comment there. She's she's getting me to shut up in here. She shoots a 10-6. Nice job.
Nice.
Ooh, and
Ooh,
what Miss Marsh do?
Woo! That helps.
Yeah, 10-9.
Wow. Yeah, sounds like the crowd's really going crazy in there.
Yeah, cheering them on.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so looks like Miss Weiss with a 10-2. Not a bad shot, but not enough to make ground on Miss Broughton with that 10-6.
Yeah.
So 1 more shot to go till we determine our 6th place finisher today.
That's got to feel good to shoot a 10.9 in the final.
Yeah, that's a confidence builder.
Yep.
The finals are a weird thing. You have to have this interesting mix of enjoying the moment and being in the spotlight, but at the same time being able to remain in control of what you're doing and calm enough to execute your best shot.
Hmm.
So we're well into our second shot now. We should see some shots appearing, and yes, we do. We have Stansfield's got a 10-0.
Oh, Broughton, another good shot. Wow, right on top of the first.
Wow, 10-8.
Yeah.
That's world class. Back to back there, 10-6, 10-8. That's a statement to the other ladies that she's staying in this thing.
Yeah, Elizabeth Marsh though, 10.0.
Yep. All right. Well, we've got both shots down. So our sixth place finisher today is going to be Allison Weiss. And remaining in the final now, the top 5 ladies are they're tight. Marsh has a 1.0 lead, but then you've got 2/10, 7/10, and 7/10 down to 5th.
Yeah. And the finalists can see the board in there.
That's right.
So they know.
They do know, and they're we have a 60-inch screen right above the finals area that the ladies, if they choose to, can watch. And it's probably kind of irresistible when you're out there in that final.
Yeah, you want to know where you are.
And that's good. It's one of those things you if you're uncomfortable with it, you got to learn to find a level of comfort with it, because you're going to hear that range officer announcing the scores. You're going to see it. The crowd's going to react, and it's one of those learned skills.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure some people, it just comes naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have to.
Your hot dog's probably
Yeah, exactly.
go in comfortable.
Yep.
And there's Miss Broughton again, a 10-5. Miss Stanfield with a 10-4.
Ooh, Marsha, 9.2.
Yeah,
It's going to change some things.
Yep, that was opening the door a bit.
Wow.
Vodova with a 10-8. Nice.
Wow. Jumps into the lead.
So, yeah, Vodova jumped in the lead, 6/10 on Marsh. It was 4/10 on Miles, and then 2/10 to Broughton. And Miss Stanfield she's on the bubble. She's in 5th at the moment, but she's just 8/10 back. So we've got one more shot to the 5th place finisher. And we'll see the battle between Stanfield and Broughton here, 8/10.
Yeah. Yeah, that could definitely change.
All right, we're into our next shot. We have 50 seconds to shoot this shot to the next elimination. Sounds like the crowd out there is clapping to the shooting here, which it's kind of interesting. It's good training for these young ladies, but I'm sure they're not feeling like that's much fun at the moment.
I'm sure they'd rather be very quiet.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun for the crowd.
Ooh, this is going to mix it up some. Miles with an 8.9.
8.9.
Broughton with a 9.8. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after that shot, Miss Stanfield, she did well. She's just 3/10 off 4th place, and she'll be our 5th place finisher today. And who's at the top there?
Abby Vodova by 1/10.
Not bad. So another 2 shots, and we'll be watching the battle here over these 2 shots for our 4th place finisher. Right now, Miss Miles is on the bubble. It's 7/10 back of 3rd. So she, and really all the way to the top, it's just 1.7. So
yeah. Wonder if the nerves are starting to come up again now.
yeah, that was kind of a weak shot for all the ladies there. It wasn't nothing deep. So
yep. Getting close to the medals.
yeah, I think with this new finals format, you can almost hear an audible sigh of relief once they get past 4th, because the top 3 with the remaining shots know they're at least on the podium.
Yeah.
And that's a battle. So
yeah, I believe that.
okay, and upcoming here, we just started the time on our next shot. So again, we'll have 2 shots to the next elimination. And Miss Broughton up there with a 10-2 already.
Ooh.
Vodova handing it back some there.
Yep.
9-6.
Come back down. Ooh. Some 10s with the other 2. So
Yeah.
Vodova falls into 2nd now.
And they close the gap. They've just got 1.4 to first here. And on the bubble, Miss Miles, she's 4/10 back of Miss Broughton, and that's hardly anything in a match like this. So with one more shot to go.
Yeah. For the bronze medal in the final.
Yep. To stay on the podium, this next shot will determine who's in the medals. In the final today.
For the final.
Now, as we're watching here today, this final is part of the Junior Olympic ranking. And the results here, these ladies were fighting for the first place finisher gets 8 points, which will be added to their 2 days of qualifying scores to see who is the Junior Olympic champion. Those results will appear on the web shortly after the final. All right.
Oh, Broughton 10.8.
10.8. That's going to keep you in there.
Yeah.
That'll keep you on the podium.
What about 10.7? We can hear the crowd cheering every time they shoot.
Yeah. That'll keep you on the podium.
Yeah.
These other two ladies,
10.4s. Hey, that's a great series right there.
Yeah, those are the good shots.
Yeah.
And you can see the fight going on there. They all four of them wanted to stay on in the podium here, and quite a battle. So today, Miss Miles is going to finish in 4th, just 0.8 back, but quite a fight.
Oh yeah, she did great.
And our next 2 shots will determine our bronze medalist. And right now, it's anybody's game. It's just 0.3 to second and 0.3 to first.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd's starting to react as we're going to start this next shot here.
Yeah.
It's a challenge. These young ladies are, it's great training as being a coach to watch this, but I'm sure that's pretty intense out there with that noise going on.
Oh yes. As if it's not enough with your parents watching you.
Yep.
That's good though. If they can just turn it into a having fun moment.
That's right.
Instead of pressure.
Wow, Miss Broughton is 10.5.
Wow.
10.6 Vodova.
It's going to be a battle.
Miss Marsh 10.1.
Ooh.
Okay, so
2
tighten it up.
Wow.
So Miss Broughton with another shot to go is just 0.2 back of second, who's only 0.2 back of first place Vodova. So it's still anybody's to stay in this.
Wow.
All right, we've got our timer going again, which means they've got 50 seconds to shoot this next shot to determine the bronze medalist. Miss Broughton's been firing early each time, and sometimes that can be an advantage as a competitor. Put it down there before the others do.
Oh, 9.6 though.
9.6. Where does they
See
say
what the
that?
others do. 10.1.
10.1 from Vodova and 10.4 from Miss Marsh.
Wow.
Okay.
So she's up by a 10th now in first.
Yep.
Wow.
So our bronze medalist in the final today, our 3rd place finisher in the final, is Miss Broughton, and quite a fight all day. Some great shots when she needed them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is very impressive. She definitely fought well.
And now we've got a 1/10 difference to the gold medal. So these two ladies, Vodova and Marsh, are going to fight it out here for 2 more shots to determine who gets what color medal in the final today. All right, so we're about to start our 50-second window to shoot our next shot. And again, the finish in the finals today will earn these ladies points. Top finisher gets 8, 7 for second, 6 for third, and so on. And those points will be added to their 2 days of qualifying to determine the Junior Olympic champions. All right, Miss Vodova 10.0 and Miss Marsh 9.5. So with 1 shot to go, determine the gold medal and silver medalist. Vodova has the advantage with that 4/10 over Miss Marsh.
Yeah, she's gonna make a comeback. 1 shot.
can hear the crowd in there working them up for this last shot. And again, as painful as that can feel at the moment, it's quite a learning experience, because that's a lot of this happens at the international level. You'll get a lot of crowd interaction all
Oh,
the way
yeah.
through the Olympic Games.
They can be very rowdy. Yeah.
And if you're up there trying to put down a good shot, this is good training for the future.
Yeah. I've even heard booing.
Now, that booing.
Not here, but internationally it's.
Ooh, all right, a 10-0 and a 9-9.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Well, Marsh didn't make it up, but.
Yep. So in the final, our first place finisher in the finals portion of this championship is Miss Abby Vodova. She ended up 5/10 over second place Miss Marsh. And then in our third place position, Miss Broughton, fourth Miles, fifth Stanfield, sixth Whites, seventh Papasadora, and eighth Miss Fought. Each of these ladies will get points for their finish today. Again, Miss Vodova will get the maximum 8, then Miss Marsh 7, Broughton 6, and so on. And that'll be added to their 2 days of qualifying scores to determine the champion. Please follow us on our website shortly. The jury will verify all the results, and we'll post the results on the web.
Thanks for watching.
Join us again for the next finals in ladies 3x20, and then we'll have the men's matches also. Thank you for watching.